Hello, everyone. It's been a little while. Sorry about that, but here I am. A friend of mine loaned me one of his pens and some other things too, some inks and actually two pens, but we'll do some videos on that later. So thank you, Rudolph, for this loan. I appreciate it greatly. And it's actually a pen that I've kind of always had my eye on, but for some reason just haven't gotten around to getting. I've been behaving myself lately, trying to control my impulses. And so anyway, I went up and picked it up the other day, and he has this lovely green leather pen case. I don't know who made it. So anyway, we'll find out. But inside is, if I can open it, there it is, this beautiful platinum 3776 century in burgundy and gold, or I'm going to butcher this, Bourgogne. Um, and I have to be honest, it's one of those pens that I've thought about getting, but I haven't yet. Maybe someday. I wouldn't say it was a grail pen as such, but it's just a color that I really like. Now, Platinum is a Japanese company. They've been around for quite a while, and Japanese pens are probably are in the top tier, I would say. So, um, Platinum is one of those companies too that I quite like because they have pens at different price points, from introductory uh, pens that might cost you like $8 to pens that run into hundreds. So, yeah. And this is a gold nibbed pen. It's a resin body. The trim is gold plated, I guess, and we're going to take a look at it. It's a screw cap, and it's a 14K nib, 14 karat gold nib. And this pen here is a broad. Now, the interesting thing about Japanese pens is keep in mind that they run a lot finer than, say, Western pens. So if you were comparing a broad Japanese pen, broad nib Japanese pen to say, a German broad, there is quite a bit of difference. And in my eye, this is almost like a medium in some ways. So what you have is a screw cap with a rather lovely gold nib. Not too much decoration on it, just a little bit of engraving. It has the Japanese the platinum P on it, which is nice. Sort of a bit of a logo. I don't know if you can see it there. And I'm assuming that's a plastic feed. And oh, one of my cats is just at my ankles here, wanting to see what I'm doing. As soon as I start talking, they show up. Slip cap, it's a screw cap, like I say. I'm not going to post it. It's not my pen, but I would post it myself. And we're just going to do a little writing sample, and then we'll get into some technical things. So, quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. My first impressions is that it's a very wet pen. It has a very nice flow. This has Parker Quink Red in it, which is a discontinued ink. But I was talking to Rudolph, and he said he picked this up in his recent travels home, and he found it in a shop somewhere. And yeah, I'm not too sure why it's been discontinued. Looks like an older packaging, but the ink still is very nice, and we'll take a look at that later. So anyway, let's do a little talk about this pen. So as I said, it's a 14K broad on this pen in particular. It's a resin body, screw cap. The body diameter is 13 millimeters. The cap diameter is 15, and the grip is 10. And actually, in some ways it seems like a short pen in my hand, but That might just be my imagination. I have shorter pens, I know. Um, but it is comfortable to use uncapped, unposted, I should say. The length of the body is 120 millimeters. Um, Length overall is 140 millimeters. And when it's posted, it's 159 millimeters. We'll just take a quick look at it. So yeah, it's a nice, actually, yeah, I like it posted personally. So if I was to own this pen, I would keep it posted. What I quite like about the body is it's a very translucent resin. You can almost see the inner workings of the pen, and light really dances on this pen. It's quite beautiful. Um, the weight of the pen is 20 grams. It's a cartridge converter pen, proprietary platinum ink cartridges and converter. I I don't know if it's if you could turn this into an eyedropper pen. Probably. I don't see any holes or anything like that. If you had an O-ring on it, I should have. Well, actually, yeah, I probably wouldn't. I don't know if this ring is just decorative or is it a screw end on it. So I don't know if you can turn this into an eyedropper pen. I don't really see the point. The ink capacity, the cartridge is 1.27 milliliters, I should say, and the converter actually holds less, actually quite a bit less, 0.82 milliliters. Now, I was looking online, seeing what the price of these pens were, and I noticed suggested retail manufacturer's suggested retail price in the United States is $300. That's $300 American. Goulet pens had it for 240 American. Considering that it's a Japanese pen, I don't know if that price is going to jump, or has it jumped lately due to tariffs. It probably will be going up in a little while. Maybe it has gone up. I just don't know. Now, oddly enough, I was looking online at my favorite bookstore in Charlottetown. Of course, I talk about it all the time, and I'm not really associated with it. I'm not associated with it. I'm just a loyal customer and friend to the company. But in Charlottetown, you can pick this pen up at the Bookmark at the moment of filming. I was just looking on their website, and I saw that it was $270 Canadian. So that's quite a bit less than, say, the Americans are selling it for. So if you're a Canadian and you're traveling, drop by the Bookmark if you're looking for a good deal. So yeah, so that's 270 Canadian, and 240 American. That actually, the Canadian dollar is not equivalent to an American dollar, so that's a good price. So yeah. What else can I say about this pen? It's very nice in the hand. I'm just going to show another one of my pens in comparison. So Platinum and Pilot, Japanese manufacturers. This is a 3776, and this is my Pilot Custom 74. In many ways, they are very, very similar pens, shape-wise. The clips are quite a bit different. There's a wider band, of course, here. And I'm just going to take a look at the nibs. So this is the 74 nib. This is the 3776 nib. And in some ways, they're similar. The shoulders on the Platinum are a little wider. It's also just a bit longer, actually. So it's a little bit bigger nib than the Pilot. This is very smooth. This is very smooth. So this is a soft medium. This is a broad. So there's not a huge amount of difference. The body on the pilot, as you look at it, is a bit longer. Posted, the pilot is also just a slightly, it's actually a bigger pen, longer body. But I'm actually surprised by the difference in the nib. The platinum nib is quite a bit bigger. Very nice. Now, as I said, I've long sort of thought about this pen, and several of my friends have one. And you know what? Maybe someday I'm going to treat myself on a birthday to one of these. This is a nice pen. I have a couple inexpensive platinums, and I have actually a couple vintage platinums that I quite like. So, what do I like? What don't I like about this pen? Well, I'm a sucker for that beautiful burgundy resin, especially considering it's translucent and just how the light dances on it. It's very attractive. Might be just a little short in some ways, you know, if I'm using it unposted as compared to, say, the Custom 74, but it's not a problem. And as I said, if this was my pen, I would be posting it. I'm not too sure what would happen over time if I posted. Would the resin scratch? Maybe, maybe not. The overall for me, the things I like about it are numerous, and I don't really have anything I don't like about it. So yeah, it's a beautiful pen, very fine writer. You know, it's a screw cap. You can feel the threads right there, but they're not uncomfortable. I actually tend to hold my pens just a little further back like that, so that's nice. Yeah. Now then, let's take a look at the ink. So as I said, Rudolph was traveling home recently, and he found a bottle of Parker Quink in red. And I actually don't use a lot of Parker ink, so I'm not an expert, but that's a very nice bottle. And very nice color. And as he said, it was something he found in a shop. It's discontinued. I'm going to do a video on it later. But that's actually in very good shape. Very good shape. Doesn't seem to have any, you know, I don't know how old this bottle is, but it's very good shape. The packaging looks a bit older. And one of the things I like about ink, one of the things I do when I have ink is I actually keep the boxes. And I keep the bottles. If it comes with a box, I keep the box. And the reason being, it just protects it from light. And I think it keeps it a little fresher over time. And so keeping the box is a great idea. Not to say that I don't have numerous bottles that don't have boxes. But anyway, I'm just rambling. Anyway, there you have it. The Platinum 3776 Century in burgundy with gold. A very, very beautiful pen. And thank you once again, Rudolph. I appreciate you loaning me these pens. You're a great friend to the channel. And if you're new around here, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And let me know what you think of the 3776. Do you have one? What's your favorite color? Because they do have some really lovely colors. This is my favorite, I think. Actually, you know what? If I was thinking about it, I would either get this, which is beautiful. I love it. But I have seen, not in person, but just online in Japan, the tortoise shell platinum 3776s. Those are gorgeous. I've never held one in my hand or looked at it, but yeah, that would be tempting. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. It's a nice rainy day here in PEI. We needed the rain. It was getting dry. Stay safe. Enjoy this summer. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.